So expanding on direct and indirect opens, we also have situational opens versus canned lines. And so this is an interesting topic in itself because you pretty much don't want to run around having these like weird pickup artist lines in your fucking head because it kind of just makes you like this weird robotic dude. And it also stops you from being able to be a man who can improvise in the spur of the moment. You want to be able to adapt and be like water in any sort of social situation. So you pretty much want to be able to improvise in any situation. So this is why situational openers are great, but we also have incredible openers such as canned openers, right? So if you look at a lot of canned openers, they're actually really fucking effective. A lot of canned openers or canned lines are actually very, very effective because again, you can walk up to a girl and you know that if you tell her, excuse me, you're adorable, love your outfit, had to say hi, or excuse me, I find you really attractive, or excuse me, I love your fashion, right? You know the woman's gonna give you a default response. You know if you tell a woman, hey, I love your fashion, or I love your outfit, I love your style, right? You know she's automatically gonna say, oh my God, thank you, right? And like, she's not gonna tell you to fuck off if you tell her you like her outfit, you like her fashion, you like her style. Like, what woman's gonna tell you that? She's not gonna tell you fuck off when you compliment her outfit, right? And so that's why canned lines are actually relatively effective. But you also want to be good at situational openers, right? Whereas maybe you're in Starbucks and you're about to get a coffee and you look at the girl behind you and you're like, shit, I'm craving coffee, but I don't know what to get. I never eat, I never get these frappuccinos. What do you recommend, right? And then maybe you're chatting with her about coffee, right? Maybe you're in line at the fucking bar to get in or at the club or whatever, and you just start chatting up the girl in line next to you and you're talking about, fuck, how long is it going to take us to get inside this club, right? And then you just start chatting and you're talking about where she's from, whatever, and you start vibing. And so situational openers tend to feel a lot more organic. It almost feels like, whoa, it just happened. Like, I just met this random guy, I was out and about, and I just met this guy and it just happened. Versus a canned line, it does oftentimes feel a little bit more like a line. It does feel like a little bit more disingenuine, like women can kind of feel it, right? And so you kind of want to, again, calibrate to the situation. Do you want to use a canned line? Do you want to use one of these like weird pickup lines? Do you want to, kind of use like an in the moment line? Or do you want to create a situational opener based on your environment, based on her outfit, based on your aesthetic, her aesthetic, based on the circumstances of the situation, right? So it's up to you if you want to create a situational opener, which again tends to typically be more direct, or a canned line, which typically can be direct or indirect, okay? And it's up to you, right? If you look at a lot of the OG pickup artists, like for example, excuse me and my friend are having an argument and I just can't figure out the situation. Who do you think lies more, men or women? It's crazy, it's because like, you get in this crazy heated debate conversation just by using this fucking line. So yeah, don't discount a lot of these canned openers and canned lines because they can actually work really fucking well, right? Don't discount situational openers because in that moment, they could work really fucking well, right? Don't discount indirect openers because those can work really well. And don't discount direct openers because those could be great as well. And so you kind of got to figure out, what do you want to do? Indirect, direct, situational, or can't, and figure out what you want to open based on every single individual circumstance that presents itself, based on every single woman that you see and that you want to talk to, and based on every single cold approach you do.